And these two seams, these skinny seams that are right down the middle, if you put your fingers over the top of those, and you throw a fastball this way, depending upon if you put more pressure on your middle finger or on your index finger, you're going to get a little bit of a break, either away from a right-handed batter or away from a left-handed batter. Depends how you throw the ball. I personally throw with more of a middle finger pressure, and I get a ball that breaks away from a right-handed batter. A little bit of a diving action. If you want to throw a strike, throw with a 4-seam. If you want to get a ball past the batter, throw with a 2-seam. As I watched the kid from the Lugnuts, he held the ball with all of his fingers. He held the ball like a palm ball. They taught this in 1910, when they didn't have seams. 4-seam fastball, 2-seam fastball. The other thing I noticed that just drove me nuts from this poor kid is that as he pitched, he did two huge things that are wrong. First, as you're pitching, you're supposed to throw with a long arm. You come back, you put your arm all the way behind you. You come all the way back, your hands on top of the ball as the ball comes behind you. This poor kid came to his ear. So everything he threw was this way. Puts a tremendous amount of stress on your elbow and on your shoulder. Imagine he had Tommy John surgery, which is replacing the ligament in your elbow with a cadaver elbow. It's named Tommy John surgery after a guy named Tommy John that played for the Yankees. That was the first one they ever had it done by Dr. Andrews in the 1870s. And then he had rotator cuff surgery, which is the set of tendons and muscles in your shoulder, which you get when you're throwing like a catcher trying to pitch. If you throw with a long arm, it's going to allow you to come over the top. It's going to allow you to use all of your arm to throw the ball, to keep your hand on top of the ball, and to be able to have a whipping action, which disseminates the pressure of the throw throughout your entire arm. The second thing he did, which drove me nuts, as he stepped towards first base. Stepped towards first base, dropped his arm down, and threw with a motion this way. Anybody who's ever seen anybody walk, nobody walks out this way, right? Nobody walks like that. You kind of walk in the direction you're going. You walk straight ahead. Pitching's the same way. If you want to get somewhere, step straight to where you're going. Because the most important part of how you're going to get a ball to go where you want it to go is by aligning your hips. Your hips tell the ball where it's going to go. If you step this way, you open your hips and the ball's going to go that way. If you step towards third base, you align your hips this way and the ball's going to go this way. If you step this way, you have to throw across your body. Kind of like a quarterback running to his right, having to throw a ball back across his body. It never works. If you throw this way, you have to drop your arm down to get the ball to come back this way, and you throw sidearm. If you step straight and you get your hips aligned, get your toes pointed straight ahead, you can come over the top and you can throw the ball straight ahead. This poor kid stepping this way, dropping his elbow down. Again, more pressure on your elbow. Tommy John surgery, 11 years old. Come on now, folks. Scary thing here. Dropped his arm down, tried to turn the ball. Kid threw a curveball at 11 years old also. Well, wouldn't you know it? They taught him to throw a curveball. Now, you see this big C on here? If you grip the ball, put your middle finger on the inside part of the C. Inside part of the C, put your two fingers together. That's how you hold a curveball. Well, this poor kid, he held the ball right for the curveball. Didn't teach him the fastball, but they taught him the curveball. However, when he stepped this way, they taught him to take your wrist and flip it as hard as you can. That is not how you throw a curveball. If you ever see anybody in baseball hear them talk about curveballs, they talk about snapping off a curve. It means this. Hear my finger snap as you release the ball? That is how you throw a curveball. It's with the snap. And you only have to do it by keeping your hands on the outside and keep your fingers out here. It's called a football curve. It's the only curveball you teach anybody until they go to college. It's called a football curve. Why is it called a football curve? It's the same motion you use when you throw a football. All a football is a spiral, right? You're trying to get the ball to spin this way. Well, what's a curveball do? It spins that way. So you don't need to do all this crazy wrist flip thing to put stress on your elbow. Keep your hand to the outside of the ball and just and it's going to give you a natural curveball. As you get older, you put your thumb under the ball, and as you do that, you snap your finger. That's the difference between getting a 12-6 curveball, which goes straight down, and a slider, which comes more to the side. Very easy things. These poor kids are getting taught the most awful things when they're learning how to play baseball here. And here's what happens. There is a trend among college coaches all across the country. You hear, Hey, I was a pitcher, I'm from Florida. They say, you're washed up, we don't want to talk to you. These kids spend their whole life trying to learn how to pitch and end up ruining their baseball careers. If you're going to teach someone to pitch, find somebody who knows what they're doing, and by all means, protect their arms.